This show is brought to you by Golive TV. Download the app now.
Happy Monday, everyone.
Happy
Hello,
Monday.
good morning, Dr. Stacey. How are you?
Excellent, thank you.
Yes, we're so happy to have you today.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, our viewers, hello. It's August the 5th, Monday. We still have summer. It's still hot.
Oh,
and I
yes.
think everyone is enjoying this. The skin, you know, it's feeling the vitamin. And today we're talking about living life with gratitude, which every day we encourage our viewers, ourselves, to take your vitamin G.
Oh, yes.
Gratitude. When you wake up every morning, God, thank you for the health that I have, which is a big topic today with
yes.
Dr. Stacey. So let me just introduce you to our, to you, our special guest. She is a speaker.
Yes.
I know she's an author because we have a few books on our little table over here, and she will tell you about it at the end or maybe in the middle about how to grab her resources that will help you and change your life. And she is an author of a wonderful book that we have here, Heal Your Health. And the way she explains it is naturally to help your mind, your body, and your spirit. And I think you find a line in between, and let's call it a balance. I think you are done as far as being a whole, a person who is healthy in all aspects. So we are going to ask Dr. Stacey to introduce herself because I just told you all the wonderful things about her, but we want to hear from you, Dr. Stacey.
Well, thank you so much. I am so blessed to be here and so grateful, as you mentioned. Gratitude goes a long, long way. I am Dr. Stacey Cooper. I'm a health and wellness expert. I'm a fourth-generation chiropractor. And my great-grandfather started the practice in 1912. And through the course of my practice, I then expanded my knowledge base and my services to incorporate not just physically being with my patients in my office, but also being able to provide valuable tools and resources for nourishing your mind, body, and spirit naturally. And 5 years ago, I created my online business, Lifestyle Balance Solutions. So that's me in a nutshell.
Wow, we do need balance, don't we?
Truly, absolutely, that's vital.
Important.
I was talking about when we think about balance, like we have our body, we have our heads, our legs, our arms, but imagine if you just take care of your legs and ignore your arms. Ignore your head, and then you're gonna grow hair for how long, and you're not gonna function because you are not balancing your body, and that goes as well inside our minds and our spirit. So I think you sharing with us how to find a balance, it's really, really hard for us to find that balance, and for us to be here together and talking about it. It's great, and it's going to help a lot of you, hopefully, like it's helped me. And I've been reading her book. It's amazing. And so I have a question for you. I know in your book or your interviews, I heard that you had a journey, your own journey of your health. What have you learned from it, and how can our viewers learn from you as well about it?
Life is all about learning, right? And when you stop learning, life is over.
Absolutely.
So long as you learn from those experiences and take something from it and step up to the next level, that is the purpose, and that's the life lesson that life provides for you. So through the course of my journey, what I learned was self-love is truly the basis for everything. And just like you were talking about, oftentimes we're doing so much for others and we're not sure where to begin in regards to claiming our health back. If you don't put time for yourself, then that is when you run into depletion. You become exhausted, frustrated. You're not living a life that you love, and you are not balanced. So balance is the key, because yes, you can eat really well 100% of the time, but if you are not taking care of all aspects of your body, then your body still will be out of balance and it won't function optimally, it won't function well. And so what I learned was taking that time for self-care is not selfish, It's the complete opposite.
Absolutely.
Because when you're taking care of yourself, you're actually then able to give everyone else so much more of yourself because you've had the opportunity to re-energize your batteries.
You know what? Talking about taking care of yourself, you just reminded something. Last year, of course, most of our viewers, family and friends, you know, I talk a lot about my husband's accident last year. So I found myself in the hospital for 2 months, you know, sleeping in that chair and uncomfortable chair. But within 3 weeks, a month, I start, you know, noticing some stress in my body because I did not have enough, of course, sleep, and eating was terrible. I was eating Tim Hortons sandwiches and all these bread and things I was not used to. I'm the kind of person who cooks at home, you know, real meals. So I actually said, you know, unless I start taking care of myself, I cannot even take care of my husband.
That's absolutely correct.
And I started getting stressed, mentally, everything went under the water. So you're so right. We have to take care of ourselves so we can
take care of others.
take care of others.
Exactly.
You know,
and that
you're
was the
right.
situation, right? There comes a point in life where something gets in your way, life gets in your way, and you're distracted, you're diverted, you are doing for everyone else because we've been taught that's what you're supposed to do for everyone else. But what happens is then you're just run ragged. Right? You're not taking care of yourself, you're not eating well, you're not sleeping well, you're not exercising, you're staying stationary, you know, you didn't have much place to go or roam or use your muscles, and your whole entire system, your mental well-being and your whole health and vitality went pew.
Absolutely.
So really, so with your knowledge and everything is, you know, you're saying that in your life you've had a time where you felt like you're not doing enough, you're not following the advice that you have, and you said, okay, I need to change. Has that ever happened to you when you felt like you're not doing enough, you need to change
Yes.
it? You need to change it around?
Absolutely. And the point is you have to listen to your body because the signs and symptoms are there. Your body tells you when things are not working well. So oftentimes you just ignore it. You sweep it under the carpet. You say, oh, it'll go away on its own. Well, it didn't get there on its own, so it can't go away on its own. So you really need to listen to your body and pay attention and find the tools and resources that work for you to get your life back on track and reclaim your health because it's completely doable.
Absolutely. You know what I loved in one of your interviews is how, you know, it goes in one end and sure it goes out to another end, but what happens in between, it's what most of us people, we are so oblivious, we don't understand, we don't even want to, we don't even care, but it is so important to know what happened between here and
the other
there.
end. Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what should we know? And this is one thing or two.
That's the whole point why I wrote Heal Your Health.
Okay, read that book.
Yes.
Yes, grab that book.
I talk about exactly what happens physiologically from one end to the other end. You know, you eat the Big Mac, it goes in one end, comes out the other, and you don't care, don't think, don't know what happens in between. The point is, there are so many processes that are so vital as to what happens in between.
Yes.
And when you understand what your body does with what you're providing, then it's so much easier to make your choices because then I show you how to swap out those bad fuels for great healthy fuels, but you understand why. So then your motivation is coming from within because you know if you eat this thing, it's going to take you here. If you eat this thing, it's going to take you here. And if you know you want to end up here, then it's so much easier to stick to that plan. And it's not a diet. You get to fire your diets because diets don't work. And I tell you why, too, in the book.
Please do. Yeah, in the book, yes.
But when you shift how you're fueling your body, now it can run like a high-octane machine. The North American diet is poisoning us. And it's not allowing your engine to fuel well. It's like putting diesel fuel in a gas engine. It's not working.
Absolutely. You know what else I loved is you talked about something that was very concerning, and I actually posted it yesterday when I was trying to get people to watch our show because this show is important to understand how we function, how we work, how we need to take care of our bodies. This is my temple. I've been blessed with my health. I know not everyone in the morning wakes up today and say, thank you, God, for my health. You might be grateful in everything, but not grateful for everything. For people are going treatment and cancer and whatever diagnosis. So I'm not saying, you know, say, God, I'm grateful for my health. You might not, but in a case that one organ is not functioning, well, be grateful to the one that is. And the more you're positive and you're grateful for what you have, the more even the parts of your body that is sick, not well, it's actually going to feel the gratefulness and be positive and heal. So it's not just our body, like you say, which we're learning, it's even our spirit, our mind, what we speak of, what we say that comes out in the universe and reaches God. And it's very significant. And I appreciate that, you know, when you're saying that, our generation today, I'm not going to take that from your mouth. You need to say that about the concerning of a North American lifestyle, what we eat. How concerning, alarming is it, Dr. Stacey? I know you mentioned, and you know what I'm talking about.
I do. You know, can I add something before you mention it? So, you know, our background from Rwanda. And when you go to Rwanda, hopefully one day you're going to be able to visit.
We need to take you. You need to share this goodness to our people in Rwanda.
It is absolutely gorgeous. So this is what I see. It's our country, thanks Joe, it's called Thousands of Hills, the country of thousands of hills.
Mountains.
Mountains. So people there, they walk. You go up, that's your exercise. You go down. It's
Everybody
all
walks,
walking. And most people, I think over 90%, they're very, you know, slim and they're fit because they don't sit. So, but here I have, you know, that urge of you don't want to cook, you go to you know, the drive-through, and then you don't even get out the car, and then you go home
and then you watch Netflix,
and you want Netflix, and then you're on the Facebook, and you know, our food, it's a large portion. Drinks, the cup, it's getting bigger.
Oh, absolutely.
So, you know, just comparison of, you know, where I'm from and where I live now, it's a big challenge. And where are we heading? Tell us.
Oh my goodness, there's so much to share.
You know.
So yes, if you don't sit, you are fit. I love that rhyme. That was beautiful.
Ooh, that's
the challenge that we're talking about right now is the type 2 diabetic epidemic, and how the North American diet is leading directly and specifically to the escalation of type 2 diabetes. The key point is the children of this generation will not outlive our parents. This is what studies are showing. This is what the statistics are displaying, that this generation of children will not outlive their parents. And that is a criminal crime. That is just heartbreaking.
It is.
The point is, it's reversible. The point is, when you change how you're providing for your body and you eat whole natural foods which don't spike blood sugar levels, you can reverse conditions such as this.
Wow.
That's the point. Your body is so adaptable to your environment. When you go to the Arctic, it's freezing cold. You shiver to keep warm. Today, out in Toronto, Ontario, it's going to be really warm. You're going to sweat to keep cool. Your body adapts to the environment. The same is true on the inside, and I share this in the book as well. When you change the fuels that you're putting in your body and you swap out those inflammatory foods like wheat, dairy, and sugar, when you swap those out, your body functions differently. Now you're putting high octane fuel in your engine, and your engine is going to run so much better. But your body can adapt. Epigenetics is also a very critical study that is showing that your body adapts, and you are not tied to your genes. So many people think that, oh, if mom and dad had it, I'm going to have it too.
Right.
That's not necessarily true.
Amazing.
If you provide the same environment that mom and dad did, then yes, you most likely will end up with the same thing. But if you take control and you change your environment through nourishing your mind, nourishing your spirit, nourishing your body physically with rest and the foods that you're eating, when you take control of that, your body adapts to that new environment. Yes.
Wow.
It's,
And I always say we were so much better off when we were Little House on the Prairie.
Oh my goodness.
You know, you were doing different things.
And a focus.
Well, you were doing different things all day long,
Yeah.
right? You were tending to the animals, you were tending to the property, you were tending to the fields, you were building, constructing, you were sleeping, you were physically using your body and eating from the land.
I think convenience is killing us too.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, you know, everything is, you know, a call, you know, pizza is at the door. and every little thing is on our fingertip. I mean, thank God for technology and everything else.
Oh, yes.
But somewhat it's killing us because we're not doing nothing at all. We'll just sit and order in, and everything is right here.
And you don't have to
fingertip.
You don't have to go to the stores
to buy food anymore. You order it.
People bring the food in the
so
trucks.
life and society in North America has become instant gratification.
Yes.
And that stretches through every aspect of life. Not only convenience of foodstuffs, because I don't call that food, that's foodstuffs.
That's separate.
But relationships. If you are not happy with your relationship, it's all about you, you know. And you just dump it. Because why would you bother to work on it? Because it's instant gratification. The drive-through has led to all of this. If you want something, you go to the drive-thru.
There's an option for everything. If there's an option for everything, you're not going to work hard at what you're at, what you have, to turning into something greater because, well, I'm tired, it's bothering me, there's an alternative.
Yes. And you just cut it off.
And the other thing that I always think about, when I am not taking action, or I'm taking action to anything, any result. All the results in our lives are driven by how we feel. But how we feel is driven by how we think. And how we think, you got two things going on here. We got your conscience going on and talking, but it's a subconscious as well. Like from the day you're born until you're 30, 40, like us, 50s, is that you have been running like a 2-year-old without supervision because you don't sit and think and step out of your head and see why you're inactive, why you're taking certain actions. So we're changing our lives by, I'm obese today, I have to change this. I don't like, my skin is breaking out, I need to change this. But we're changing, you know, things from the wrong way because we're looking at the result, the end result, so it's kind of productive. You need to go back and change how you think, how you feel, and then the results are going to work itself out. So we need to go back to our mind. Our mind is the issue. It drives everything to our action. So let's change how we think, and I think you talk about mind as well.
Absolutely, and gratitude is a key component to that. Your vitamin G today, as we said.
Take it.
Yes,
absolutely.
So gratitude, waking up each morning, and you know, oftentimes if you find you're in a place where you're low, right? You don't really see the good in a day. You really don't know what you can really focus on in regards to a positive. Even if it's just the pillow that you have under your head, whether it be a blanket or a pillow or something for your sleep. If it's just the sun rising and you get to see this next day, right? Gratitude for just the air that you breathe. You can start with things like that. And the more that you look for what you're grateful for, the more things will show up.
I agree.
And then your list just expands. So every single morning, I'm up at 5, I do my daily gratitudes, and I write a list of at least 10 things. And when I say at least 10, the first thing, that's 10 lines actually. So on my first line is love, time, friends and family, my home, happiness and health. That's 6 things on one line. So when you say 10, you could just add 4 more. Joe and Joe and being here, and that makes 10.
So we're grateful. Today we're grateful for being here to have this show that is sponsored by Golive TV. And we have our guest. I mean, I met her at event, The Power of Collaboration, and I'm like, I just loved her. And by the way, I don't know if she mentioned anything about her chocolate, which was delicious. I did try that. Chocolate cake. It was amazing.
I know. And so easy.
I have to try
it's
that
in the cookbook.
So
I never even thought to bring some for you today.
Okay, but talk about your resources and the things that you have and how people maybe they can get some bonuses, some goodies from you.
We definitely
don't
have
want to forget
bonuses
that
today. So the cookbook you see there, it's all wheat-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, gluten-free, and delicious. And the point is, if it doesn't work in my household, it's we have 4 teenagers. Right? So if it doesn't work in my household, it's not going to be in the cookbook. So that is the point. So they're all easy recipes that you can do at home. We don't have a chef in the kitchen. You don't need one too. The chocolate cake, my son Jake made it for his grade 6 class when he was 12 years old all by himself. And it takes 7 minutes to make. Oh my goodness, delicious.
It is good. I tried it.
So the whole point is you get to have your favorites. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. You get to have lasagna, chocolate cake, cheesecake and loaves and muffins and cookies.
That's an awesome treat.
And you just make them differently. So we swap out the bad fuels for great healthy fuels.
Yeah, so how
that's
do you,
the point.
we're talking about how people can get this from,
Yes.
you know.
So you can go to my website.
Yep.
drstacey360.com. All of my contact information is right there. drstacey360.com. And you will see all my social media. You'll see links to my website. You'll see links to my events that are coming up as well. Will be housed right there for you. If you would like the cookbook, you can go to my website direct, drstaceycooper.com, and you'll see the cookbook right there. You can receive it as a PDF. But today, I have all 3 of my books plus a CD that we are going to be giving as gifts.
Go to the Joe and Joe Show on Facebook. Click like, share, like. And, you know, we're going to be watching. We have our producers looking at this.
Yes.
And you might be one of those people who's getting a copy. Make sure you send us your contact, your address, so we can send you a copy of the book and a CD. So don't forget that.
So those that share the most, the person that shares this program the most, between now and August 12th, 1 week's time, the most shares, they will receive a copy of Heal Your Health and my CD, Nourishing Your Mind, Body, and Spirit. This is an audio where I have a 45-minute talk where I share easy tips for you nourishing your mind, body, and spirit at home for free. It also has a 25-minute interview with Dr. Gail Carson, and it also has a 7-minute guided meditation at the end. So the person who shares this program the most over the course of 1 week will receive this for free in the mail. So we will be tracking that and seeing who's doing that. Who does do that.
Absolutely.
And then we also have the cookbook and what self-love got to do with it. And this was my first compilation that I utilized, what self-love got to do with it. And it has my story in here as well as 14 other women's amazing stories about self-love and the importance of it. And the amazing part about this book is that each author gives 3 mindset tips and 3 lessons learned and a place to journal. So when something resonates with you or speaks to you during the course of this book, you can journal it for yourself. And it just opens up so much for
more.
you. Yes,
absolutely.
So much resources.
You know, we need to learn. You cannot grow not until you learn. A lot of times, if, you know, people are like, yeah, I don't need to read this, I don't need to learn that. Can you imagine in your whole life, if you only know your perspective, you know what you've known from your grandmother, from your grandfather, from your mom and dad, you're not expanding your mind. There's so much to learn, so much goodness out in the world, that if you hear something resonating with you, you like to know more, you don't like how you look, you don't like how you feel, but that's not an opportunity for you to learn, because what you're doing might not be actually the right thing. So learn from people who actually have done it, who have experience, and that's what this show is about, really to give an opportunity and a platform for people to learn, grow, and show and express a gratitude through everything that we live in life. Experience, knowledge, wisdom, we share it all here, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're talking about grateful and lifestyle and living legacy, and as our lives we live here, that's what we're building for our future and for our children. So we always give opportunity for the organization Josephine and I, we co-founded, Shelter Them. So we want to remind you that we still have our community center being built right now. The walls are up, they're going, and we still need funds, right, Joe?
Absolutely.
We need to get
that
Bugesera Community Center finished by the end of the year. So we need your contribution. So go to shelterthem.com and donate, and let's finish this amazing community center.
It's going to benefit thousands and thousands of women and children in this small village, and this is a land that the government of Rwanda, through the president who came here to Canada, gave us so we can make a difference in the lives of others. And what is it that, you know, when we talk about everything, how we want to change here in Canada, but express gratitude through giving. So this show, when we don't leave without giving opportunity to people to do something bigger than yourself and show gratitude in many ways. So go donate so we can finish that, pull the walls and windows on that community center, and that is the way for you to show and express gratitude. So while we're continuing here, Dr. Stacey, I thought about asking you, 1 or 2 of your clients that have benefited from your amazing resources have learned from you. Any testimonies from that you
many,
share with
many.
I'd
us?
love to know.
I know.
I'm
Many.
your next.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
One in specific that really stands out for me is a woman. She is 67 now, and she was 63 at the time, still working. And what she found through going through my program is that not only did she learn how her body functions on the inside and how to fuel it better, but she was eating more on her plate. She had more energy than when she was dieting, and she was losing weight. She couldn't believe it. How could this possibly be true? Well, when you're putting high octane fuels in your engine, it's going to run more effectively and efficiently. We're told to lose weight for so many things, whether it be knee pain, back pain, sleep apnea, obesity, blood pressure, so many issues, but you're never told how to lose the weight. That's backwards thinking.
Absolutely.
The point is, you fuel your body well, change the environment you're providing for your system, allow your body to begin to heal as you're nourishing it really well. This is when your metabolism improves because everything else improves on the inside. And this is when weight loss becomes effortless. And that's why you get to fire your diet because of what I share and teach. So she was then able to, she used to come home from work and nap because she was exhausted. She used to not sleep well because she had napped when she got home from work and she didn't have the energy. So after she implemented the steps of my program, she was then more energized, felt better, wasn't napping, was able to spend more time with her family and her grandchildren, and signed up for Zumba classes.
Ooh,
So talk
all the
about
way
getting
out there.
a leash on life,
wow.
right?
Yeah.
And living life.
Life-changing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's
Because when you're
amazing.
not functioning well and your body is dragging you down and you're not enjoying life, what is there? Without
nothing.
your health, what is there?
There's nothing.
So what's the point?
Yeah.
So that was one of the key
That's amazing.
transformations that always stands out. She lost 2 dress sizes in 10,
Wow.
in
Good
10
for
weeks,
her.
right? Like
Yeah.
just seemingly unbelievable to her, but it's completely doable, right? You change the environment. So another one was in regards to gastric upset and Crohn's and colitis. And, you know, people feel that they're so bound to a diagnosis and so bound to, okay, I just have to take the medications and this is it. Now, I am not diagnosing anything here for you. We have not met. If you have any questions or concerns, always be sure to check with your medical practitioner. You can always reach out to me. We can set up a consultation and I can direct you further in regards to other resources, whether it be other medical practitioners or other options that you have. But oftentimes people don't even know that they have an alternate course.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And so when they understand, and this was another one of my chiropractic patients who also had a health issue, and she flat out asked her doctor, will diet change my condition? And they said no.
Wow.
And I said, well, when you go and you utilize this type of food and you see the results that are happening in your body, I said, make one change. And I made one recommendation to her. And that turned everything around. And then she went on holiday and said, oh, well, you know, okay, I was feeling really well, but I'm on holiday. I'm going to live it up a little. And I'm going to go back to, I'm going to try some of that thing that I had recommended that she avoid.
Right.
And her symptoms immediately returned.
So
she knew and proved to herself that fueling your body different leads to changes in how your body functions. And now she sticks with what I've recommended and she's feeling really well.
And she's happy.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
And she's 26.
Wow.
So you don't have to
young.
wait.
I can't
know.
believe it.
And the things that are happening are occurring so much sooner because your body is not tolerating it anymore. And you just have to listen.
It's amazing how you said that it's doable, it's possible. It doesn't matter what state you're at physically. You can actually reverse that by starting today.
Yes.
And today, don't just start from changing your action piece, start from changing how you think and what you do. Your action and inaction in everything from perspective are actual results. Go back and see why you're doing what you're doing or not doing, and that's going to help you to go to the end result, which is having a better health, lifestyle, no dieting, because like you said, you know, fire your dieting, it's nonsense because you're changing from the result piece rather than actually your inside out. And I appreciate that it doesn't matter where you're at. It could be 20, 40, 50, 60,
you have
70.
to start early.
It's never
Oh,
too
that's the key.
late to start today. Change how you think, change how you feel, and certainly it's going to bring better results in your life.
Absolutely.
Do it today.
Yeah, for sure.
And prevention is the key.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? So don't wait till those signs and symptoms show up. Prevention is the key. And that's one of the unique tools about the quantum biofeedback scan, is that it does show the window into your body as to how it's functioning. So that's another tool that I offer.
It's incredible, like when you see somebody who has been smoking for years and years and years, and they can't get themselves to stop because they're trying to change from this, but you got to change from there.
You have to dig.
And what proves that it's here from smokers, let's take that example, is that the moment they're diagnosed 3-6 months to live, they quit cold turkey. What do you think it changes? How are they able? Why am I changing? I don't want to die in 6 months, so I better do this. In the morning they wake up, cold turkey, quit. Well, can we not wait until we're diagnosed? Can we not wait until it's too late to change today, regardless how old you are?
Exactly.
Because she's saying you can. She has experience, written books, have testimonies from people who are doing and have done it. So let's change from that perspective, mind, and lead up to making the right decisions in our lives.
Today being the day.
And don't forget to take your vitamin G every day. Be grateful for something. Be grateful for your life, your friends, your family, your work. Everything that helps us to actually gives that mind to stay in a state where we actually now can make changes from how we feel and everything else. I think that's just wonderful.
Exactly.
So continue to go to the Joe and Joe Show on Facebook. Click like and share to get copies of her book and CD, so you can learn more, because there's so much more she didn't say, she didn't cover, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my goodness, I could do this for hours.
Absolutely, because she's passionate about this.
So if you want more information, you need to go to her website.
Yep.
You will learn more.
It's right there on the screen, and learn more from her. If you want a consultation for half an hour, whatever time she's offering, hey, contact Dr. Stacey. We're grateful to have her today and our show. It's an opportunity for all of us to share how we feel, our passion, and I think at the end, that's how we express gratitude. It's to give to you, our viewers, and all of us, knowledge, wisdom, opportunities to know more, so we can feel better and have a great lifestyle that's going to help us and our people and our loved ones. So anything else you want to say for the viewers? Last thing,
if you're not happy where you are, change what you're doing, right? The definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, come on.
Absolutely.
And prevention is the key. And that's why it's my goal to reach children, and so that they can learn healthy eating habits from a very young age and not have to make a change later when diagnoses are being presented to them or signs and symptoms are showing up with their body not working well. So it really does start with children.
And I love your son, because I made him to the event. He's actually writing a book with me.
Wonderful.
And Joe. We're working on the book, so stay tuned. And one of these days, we're going to be talking about our book, the title, subtitles all coming. But I met her son, and he's such a vibrant, happy, he's, how old?
Jake is 16.
And he's writing a book.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm like, I know where you get all this goodness from.
It's
from your mom.
Oh.
So I'm glad that you're teaching a new generation. Come on, we want our generation to outlive us, for God's sakes. Can you imagine how scary that is?
And it's not just coming from me, right? It's coming to events and meeting people and collaborating and being exposed to different things. And so when he sees all of that going on around me, then he can see what other people are doing and understand that more is available to him as well in his lifetime. That's what is really just warms my heart, for my children to know that they're not just stuck in a hole or a box or a condition, right? In regards to school or lifestyle or occupation or whatever. This world is so ever changing that the children in kindergarten now, 80% of their jobs are not created yet.
Wow, absolutely.
By the time they're 18 years old, 80% of those jobs aren't created. That's unbelievable. So no wonder kids today are confused in regards to what they want to do, right?
Exactly. So what you're doing, it's teaching us, our viewers, and your children. That is pure legacy. You're actually living it today. And just the fact that you embrace gratitude, and this show is really about living life with gratitude. I just love everything about you're doing, and I hope our viewers are going to embrace that and learn more from you.
For sure.
Thank you so much. Our next show, which I forget the date, it's August the 19th on Monday. And thank you so much for liking and sharing our show. Hopefully you learned one thing or two from Dr. Stacey and from us.
More.
We learned learning.
Yeah.
And that we're so glad every other Monday that you get to come and listen to us, to our viewers. And we're working on more viewers, so send us your message if you have something special to offer, and tell us how you practice your gratitude in your life and how you want to pass it on to other people. You're going to be sitting in our red couch like Dr. Stacey.
We are grateful. Are you?
Are you? Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Every single day.
Every single day, yeah. So thank you so much for our
Thank
viewers
you.
for coming in again. We are so grateful. And don't forget to take your vitamin G and stay tuned to the next show. God bless.
Thank you.
Bye.
Golive TV, il primo canale IP interculturale in Canada.
Speaks my language.
È multiculturel.
Golive TV es intercultural.
I watch, oglądam.
What a pleasure to be here at Liuna TV and Go Live.
איבוגה אורולי מירגואנג'ה.
אני מזמין אתכם להצטרף Go Live TV.
Fala a minha língua. É intercultural.
Golive TV es intercultural.
Golive TV es intercultural. Yo como tú veo Golive TV.